background of when he was being hospitalized in the first place, to some of the developments in your psyche as the experiment went on, to a lot of the details of the experiment itself that were questionable in 1959 and definitely not okay now. If you're interested in this case, then I highly recommend my main source, really the only primary source for this study, and that is the book, The Pre-Christ of Samadhi, which is a published study that Milton Rockets released. The experiment lasted 2 years, and through the book, Milton includes some of his own findings, all of the letters that were exchanged during the time, as well as the testimonies of several people or staff members that were also involved in the study. A lot of the time, published research studies can be hard to read, but Milton speaks in a very conversational English, and the entire book is completely different, other than things that were described in it, but words pronounced. I will caution, however, for both the book and this video that there will be some sensitive topics discussed, things like child abuse and self-harm, so if those are things that you're sensitive to, you might want to skip this one. But for the rest of you, let's talk about how 4 guys talking around a table led to so much controversy. We're going to go ahead and get into it, but as always, thank you for watching. First of all, let's talk about Milton himself and where the idea of this experiment came from. As mentioned, Milton Rockich, or Rockich, I prefer to pronounce both ways, was a social psychologist who taught at Eastern Michigan University, prioritizing his research in the field of mental disorders. And for studies of that type, Eastern Michigan University is certainly the place to be.